everybody, Keyforge Corner here, and today we're going to talk about some insanely good cards from logos, which we will see in Worlds Collide. So first off, let's start with the big one. We have Tacho Vapors. Now, this is an insanely good card. It's an action card. It says play, draw 2 cards, and archive a card. 2 amazingly good effects. Like, remember how everyone loved Labwork? This is basically Labwork, just a bit different, because instead of gaining an amber, you draw 2 cards, which are both amazing ways to gain advantage in Keyforge. Here, we have this whole going +1 thing going on, where you invest 1 card and get 1 card for free, and with Labwork, you invest 1 card and get an amber for free. So it's basically a different Labwork, and I feel like I really prefer this card to Labwork anyway. Opens up more possibilities. Alright, next card we're going to look at is Thorium Plasmite. It's an action card. It gives you an amber when you play it, and its play effect says, move an enemy creature anywhere in its controller's battle line, and deal 2 damage to that creature for each of its neighbors that shares a house with it. So the whole moving effect is just there so you can deal some more damage by placing it in a strategic spot. And even if you can't find creatures of the same house, you can move stuff like Gob, where then he's going to have, 1 power and he's just going to die. It's got some cool uses, I'm sure. Then we have Sanitation Engineer. It's a 4-power creature with Hazardous 1, and it says reap, discard a card from your hand, which at first to some people might seem like a weak effect, but trust me, being able to discard things which you just do not need or do not want is such a good effect, and since you have it with reaping, you also get an amber every time you do it. Great. Now, our next card is another one of the big ones. We have Daughter. So, it's a 2-power creature, has elusive, and it says, during your draw card step, refill your hand to 1 additional card. Well, we did it, guys. We had Mother, now we have Daughter. It's great. Having a deck with both of them would be just amazing, I'm sure. And the difference here is obviously the Daughter is slightly weaker, but it has elusive, which I would argue isn't better. Because if the set has a lot of small damage cards and doesn't focus too much on just battling, that this makes Daughter really just weaker than Mother. But hey, maybe it's gonna be better in the set it comes out in, right? Next card we have is Academy Training. It's an upgrade, and it says, if you control this creature, it belongs to the house logos instead of its original house. And this creature gains reap, draw a card. It's pretty cool. Next card we have is Babbling Bibliophile. He says, reap, draw 2 cards. It's pretty good. I don't really have any problem with it. It's a weak creature, obviously, with no defense. So getting his effect off isn't gonna be too often. However, it's a high priority target, so you could at least use it to, protect some other things you want to keep alive, like some bait or something. Because no one wants you to have a reap and 2 cards. It's like playing Time Traveler, wow. It seems like they finally realized that card wasn't the balanced card it should have been. Anyway, the next card we have is Quant. It's a 3-power creature, and it says reap. You may play 1 non-logos action card this turn. Now, it almost sounds like Helper Bot and Face Shift, but it's limited to action cards, which is fine. Especially because since it's a reap creature, you can keep on getting this effect each turn. And our last card we have for today is Hollow Gramophone. It's an artifact. When you play it, you gain an amber. And it says action, water creature, which I find cool. It's unfortunate it's not Omni water creature. I feel then it would really become cool. But having it to protect things like, for example, our bibliophile could be useful, since ward, as we all remember, makes it so if the creature would take damage or would be removed from play, it takes the ward counter off instead. So it's some protection for things that either don't have protection or need more of it. For example, put it on Daughter as well, to make sure she is even more survivable. So it's actually a pretty good card for logos in general, at least looking at the cards we talked about here today. But I don't know how it's going to scale when it comes to usefulness in comparison to the other cards in this set. We will see. At least for now, can say it's a good card, but is it gonna be a really good card? Is always the question in Keyforge. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. those were some of the new logos cards we have this set. And if you want to see some more new cards, well, why don't you subscribe so you'll be notified when I talk about new things tomorrow, in fact. Because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of leaks. So if you're interested in that, then please consider this. Anyway, I'm the Keyforge Corner. Hope you guys keep on forging those keys. And I will see you tomorrow.